Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Little Fin Fishing. Today I'm down at the creek and we're gonna try to get some minnows because we're gonna go fish in the pond with minnows, live minnows, and we're here at the creek today. Like I said, we got a bunch of minnow traps. We're gonna set them and try to go catch some minnows. So yeah. All right, I got two of the traps set. There's one right there and the other one's right there. Now I'm gonna hop back on my four-wheeler and move down probably about 150 yards to another creek and set the other ones. So, see you there. All right, down at the other spot, I got this trap here. I'm just gonna grab some bread. That, put it in there, split it in two. So that, I'll walk over here to the creek. Nice and flooded. Should be some good fishing with the minnow trap. Oh yeah, look at all those logs right there. That's where I'm gonna put it, right by those rocks. All right, we got the trap set. It's I don't know if you can see it or not, but I wish I brought the cast net down here because I love to cast nets in the water. But it's all right. The water flow is so dang fast. It's insane. But yep, I'm gonna go back up to the house, get my rods rigged up, and come back later with the bucket to see if we got any minnows. All right, guys, we're back at the creek. I actually forgot to film getting the first trap out, but we actually got quite a bit of minnows on that first one. Those are like perfect little minnows for crappie and bass and all that. Now I got to figure out how to get that other trap out of there because, well, the string's in the water and I need to get like a long stick or something to try to fish it out. So yeah, let me try to get that out. All right, guys, I ended up got the stick to get them out. We got a bunch of minnows in there. We got probably about a dozen to 20 of the minnows. So I'm just gonna open it up and get them out. Yeah, look at all the minnows in there. Go ahead and dump them in. And then what I'll do, God, I didn't even realize some of them fell out. I'll put that one back, he's kind of small. Chill, buddy. All right, I'm just gonna grab their bread. Throw that back out there so they get nice and bigger for next time. But yeah, at the first spot, did us good. We got about 30 minnows in there. So I'm gonna pack this up and get to our next spot. But yeah. All right, we're down at the next spot. I'm walking up here. Honestly, I don't know if this creek is, honestly, I mean, it looks really good, but I don't know how well the minnows are here. Because I've trapped here before, I've just never really caught anything out of here. But yeah, we're gonna see what we got. Looking down, I don't really see anything besides a whole bunch of junk on the trap. So I'm gonna pull it up and see what's in there. I just pulled it up and there's not a single minnow or any sign of life in here. So, which is all right, because I got a whole bunch of minnows out of that other spot. So it's all right. But just gonna dump this back in here. That bread all back in there. All right. And now I'm gonna head back up to the house and get ready to go do some fishing. All right, we made it to the pond. Now, before I wanted to launch the boat, which is right there, I've been seeing a bunch of ripples out in the water. And I want to try tossing out a live minnow before I launch the boat to see if we can get anything. Now the setup I'm using is just like a bobber right there, and about a foot down probably. We just got a simple little J hook, probably like 2 feet actually, maybe 3. But there's so many ripples out in the water. I'm just gonna try to cast the minnow out there and see if we can get a bite. All right, guys, we're finally hooked up. It took me like 3 minnows because I kept getting tanked. And look at that giant bluegill. All right, let me get him off. All right, that is a Mondo bluegill on live minnows, and there he goes. I'm gonna do it one more time, and then I'm probably gonna get the boat in because there's so many other fish. So yeah, we're hooked up again. This time on like a little bass. There goes my minnow. I'm gonna get him off. That right there ain't a bad bass. Got that hook right there on the top of the mouth. That's what you want. Nice. All right, guys, I've caught 2 fish. And I've gotten a bunch of bites. Probably got like still 20 minnows left. But I'm ready to go ahead and launch the boat and start moving spots. And fish with my bass rod and this live bait rod. So I get everything ready and get out on the boat, and then I'll see you whenever I catch fish. All right, guys, we're hooked up again. And it's a, oh yeah, big old crappie. Hold on. Nice size crappie on that live minnow. Oh yeah, thanks, buddy. Got a bunch more minnows. There was a bite. Hopefully my minnow's still on there. I just had a bite from over there, and he took my minnow. So I'm gonna, hopefully he'll come back and I can get it on video. All right, you know what? I give up on trying to get it on video. I'll just get back to you whenever I get a fish, and what I'm actually gonna do is probably move spots. I'm gonna like take the boat somewhere over there. Gosh. Somewhere over there. And probably cast that way to that bank. So yeah, see you in a second. I just put the camera down and looked into another good crappie, so trying to boat flip him. All right, nice. Pretty nice crappie. Thank you, buddy. All right, now I'm gonna move to the other end and try to find a school of crappie because that'll be fun. Just hooked into another fish. It's a nice bluegill. Oh, oh yeah, I'm gonna get him off the hook. All right, nice bluegill. The minnow's still in his mouth. I'm gonna let him have that as a snack, but thanks, buddy. All right, boys, the bite has been kind of slow down there, so I moved back down here. Hooked up on a little crappie. Nice. Hold on, give me a second, boys. That is like a perfect little crappie for that little minnow. Hook just came off. Oh my gosh. Little minnow, little crappie. Thank you, buddy. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time. Put in the comments of what kind of fishing you want to see. See you next time.